Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your friend Riyank, and today we'll be discussing about the three stocks which you should watch out for in the coming week. So without wasting much time, let's get started and see which three stocks you should keep on your radar if you wish to make money out of the markets. So let's go.
So I can learn how to love.
Now the way we will be generally progressing is that we'll be starting off with the stock name, our expectation from that stock, and our analysis on that particular stock. So, let's just get started. So the first stock which should be kept on our radar for next week is Adani Power Limited. Okay, Adani Power Limited is the first stock which we should keep on our radar for the coming week. Our expectation from this particular stock is that we are expecting an upside of 35 to 40% with a stop loss of around 15 to 20% on the downside, 15 to 17% basically. So let's do a quick check on the analysis. We have the monthly chart in front of the screen with us, and on the monthly chart I'm able to observe this support which was around about 90 to 94, which will now act as a resistance on the upside clearly. So now, quickly switching to the daily chart. Also there was this one thing on the monthly chart, there was a resistance on the upside which is around 145 to 137. So we'll be quickly switching to the daily chart now. Looking at the daily chart, I'm able to see a higher high, higher low formation which took place from 8135, this particular level. So clearly we are able to see a higher high, higher low formation on the chart as the price is approaching the resistance of 108.70. So in case any long positions are to be initiated, they will be particularly executed above 108.70. Okay, and the stop loss on the downside will come somewhere around 90.75. So the stop loss is 90.75 on daily closing basis. That is on Adani Power. On the upside, we are projecting 137 and 145. So clearly a downside of 17%, 16 to 17%. And on the upside, we are able to see 30 to 35% of the upside. Okay. So that is the first stock which you should keep on your radar for the coming week. Now, the second stock which should be kept on our radar for the coming week is Morpen Laboratories. Looking at the monthly chart of Morpen Laboratories, first of all, the expectation from this particular stock is very very high. I am expecting some 60 to 75% move on the upside with a stop loss of 10 to 12% on the downside. So that is almost a 1:4 or 1:5 risk reward ratio. Now we'll be quickly doing the analysis. Looking at Morpen Laboratories monthly chart, I'm able to see that the upcoming resistances are now around about 103 to 150. And looking at this particular trend line which was formed connecting these particular tops, I am able to see a very very clean breakout. We'll be switching to the daily chart for a better understanding. Now looking at the daily chart, I am able to see that this particular anchor VWAP which we plot particularly for these charts, we are able to see that any kind of long setup which will form, that will be a buy above 60.80. So basically any kind of long positions will be above 61. So buy above 61 will be the key level to watch out for. And on the downside, the stop loss is coming somewhere around 52. To preserve your capital, you always you should keep your stop losses in place. So 52.45 closing basis, the stop losses for Morton Laboratories buy above 61, and I am expecting 103 and 150 here possibly in a month. Okay, I'm giving a monthly view on this particularly because I think in the coming week it can probably appreciate some 25 to 30% possibly. But such big moves they generally take a little bit more time than expected. So for 73 to 80% upside, you need to hold the stock particularly for a month with a stop loss of 52.45 on daily closing basis. So that was the second stock which you should keep on your radar for the coming week. Now, talking about the third stock which should be kept on your radar for the coming week. The third stock which you should keep on your radar for coming week is Jindal Poly Films. Okay, Jindal Poly Films, basically, we are able to see a very, very clean and classical breakout on the monthly chart. And looking at the daily chart now, what we are able to see is that on the daily chart, we have a anchor VWAP which we drew from here. So roundabout support on the downside is coming around 695. So that will be the stop loss in case in case any long positions are initiated on the stock. So a long around 804 does make very much sense to me with a stop loss of 695, which will be on closing basis. So, these were the three stocks which you should watch out for. The expectation from Jindal Poly is almost around 30 to 35% upside. And, particularly on the downside, we are able to see a risk of around 13 to 14%. So that is about 1 is to 2.5, 1 is to 3 risk reward ratio. Always in case you initiate any positions on these particular stocks, you should always have your stop losses to protect you on the downside. You should always take conservative risk and always plan your risk management well in advance, which the disclaimer has been put in the start. So these were the three stocks which you should watch out for in the coming week. So this was all for the coming week. Do not forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content, and make sure to share it with your friends. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update. I hope all of you have a profitable week ahead and stay blessed. Take care and stay safe.